Oh yes, there she is, low and slow in all her glory. Morning, guys. It's a beautiful day in Prince George. It's late morning. Just got back from Vancouver. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night at the hotel. Was up early to catch a morning flight. Anyways, doesn't matter. Yeah, so I gotta finish changing the water lines on low and slow so we can do the so we can go get the Duke a kaboom. And yeah, so I'm gonna pull that that crossover line off. The hoses don't look bad, but they're old. Changed the silicone hose, so I'm we already got this intake pipe changed. I clocked it so it's more straight up and down. It had some strapping in here to protect the pipes, but I clocked the pressure side on the turbo so that it doesn't touch, and then it doesn't matter. And so that looks good. I changed this heater hose, and I was debating on not changing this one, but and the bottom ones down there. But I've got the hoses, so you know what? I might as well just go ahead and do it, and then it's done, because who knows how old those hoses are. And I know some of them, like the heater hose, was pretty hard. I want to say hard and brittle, but it was just hard. So anyways, let's change some hoses. You know what? 1995. This one's a soft word. Oh yes. There's a bee. Bit of a job to get this bottom one out. But look at these. I had to cut it, and yeah, these lines are definitely old. This one's not that old, but they put, like, it's that long, but it only needs to be, it's a little overkill. It's a little overkill is what I'm saying. So I got the one pipe off. The pipes look pretty dang good as far as rust goes, so I'm gonna give them a little wire wheel cleanup and spray some paint on them. I got new clamps, so it's gonna get new clamps all around. This hose actually doesn't look that old, but we're doing new hose. If you're gonna do one new hose, you might as well do them all, right? This truck is old enough. It deserves new hoses. But yeah, looks good. Don't really like using a knife on that, but this one gonna come off? No, it's not gonna come off. It's old and crusty. No pun intended. Of course, maybe there was a pun intended. Ah, there we go. Ooh. There. I think I'm gonna put some clean new antifreeze. I should actually put a drain on this too. So I could just turn a tap. That would make life a lot easier. Just saying, it would. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get a wire wheel, clean these bad boys up. This is where having a bench grinder would be nice, with a buffing wheel. Guys, what I've done is I got this rust converter. So basically it converts rust to a paintable primer on all metal surfaces. So I sprayed this on, you know, this big wire wheel. It really doesn't work on this small drill. I used a flapper wheel, cleaned up the ends, and I got some cat yellow paint. So I put the rust converter on, it'll convert the rust. We'll let this dry, and then I'll spray it with some cat yellow. And I got my new blue hoses from Peterbilt Prince George, Peterbilt Pacific in fact, and some new hose clamps. So I'll trim them to fit and then put them on and then put those on. But first I'll paint them. But first the rust converter has to dry. So I'm gonna change some other water lines because I've got some small blue water line for the filter, because with the green coolant, you actually have a water filter and you get the decant, I think it's called desiccant. Well, maybe it's not called desiccant. But anyways, it's got the stuff in it to treat it so that it's got the right pH levels. And that's down here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. It's got a couple little blue water lines this size going into it. And I'm also gonna change this one here while I'm at it, because why not? We're pimping her out. Well, actually, we're not pimping her out. We're just tidying her up. So I'm gonna do that. I was gonna change these ones, but I have to check. I don't know if my hose is the right size to fit on that. Now there are fittings on here, so it can be shut off. But if I got enough hose, I'll do these ones too, because you know what? It's kind of handy having a circulating heater on it, because maybe I want to drive it next winter. So anyways, we'll carry on. So I got my new hoses cut. I got new clamps for them. And I also painted my pipes cat yellow. So while I wait for those to dry, I am going to tie up the wires underneath the fender on the passenger side here. So yeah, I got to put the plate back on here, and this is actually a marker light wire cut short, so I'm going to add a wire to that and shrink 2-bit silicone it, whatever, so that it doesn't corrode, because it already has. I don't know what this wire is for, don't know what this purple wire is for, so I'll just plug those off. This is the fan wire that I had to hook up down here to the fan solenoid. So yeah, I'll tidy this up, and then I can put that plate back in. Oh, and I put new heater hose on here, and that looks much better, but the proximity to the exhaust manifold is close. Now, I don't know why they put, and maybe I should have moved it, the circulating block heater. I could have put a longer hose on and mounted it over there, but I didn't. I mean, it worked here before, so, but I've got some heat guard stuff, so I'm just gonna put it on that hose, and I've looped it down to give more room from the turbo, and yeah, I'll tie this up once I get that other pipe in there, and should be good. All right, look at that. That's awesome. Awesome. So I need to put this hose on here. Like so. Slide my clamp over. I think I'm going to just put the hoses on. Like this. Yeah, and put this one on. Look at that. Then I'll crawl underneath and slip this baby on there. Yeah. Love it. And it's nice that the pipe's in good shape, because lower rad hoses and lower rad pipes, they tend to rot out. So let's old man noise. Okie dokie, okie dokie, dokie dokie, hokey spokey. Let's get this sucker up there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Okay. So now I'll go to the top and put that on. Let's get this one on. I want it to be slide on that pipe a little bit. So let's got a little bit of a gap there. There, that's right tight. So I can do this one up there. It's got a bit of a gap. Should be good. I turn these clamps so I can get at them with an extension. Check it with the ratchet. There's that one done. All right, I got my inner fender liner in. I've got these wires tied up here because they're for driving lights and marker lights. So I've just got these for tied up. Who ever thought English could be so hard? I've got them tied up here right now because I'm gonna hook up some driving lights and I'm gonna hook up some lights underneath, but I just got that there for now so we can move them. I got all my hoses done up. I got my crossover pipe on top done, the hoses and clamps done up. I've got this all tied up nice and neat now. Got that one tied up. I've got a heat shield on this one because it's pretty close to the turbo. The other hose didn't melt, but I don't want to take any chances because the and this one's done up down there. I should just double check that one. You know that? Yeah, it's done. So double check, triple check. Got the new water filter in. So one of the things with the thermostat not working properly is it wasn't getting up to temperature, and who knows how long it was running like that. So yeah, just want to make sure everything's tickety-boo. So yeah, on this side, pretty much straightforward. That looks a lot better, eh? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna put the green coolant back in this one because that's what it had, and you can't mix green and red. Now I could flush the system and then put red in, but I've got some green coolant, so I'm gonna dump the jugs in. And something I'm gonna do is my dehumidifier. One of you subscribers mentioned that the dehumidifier water is pure because it comes from the air, so that would be the best water to use for the radiator, because you don't want to use hard water because then it's like calcium and minerals and stuff that it don't need. So anyways, let's put some water in it. Okay, it's a lot easier doing this when the cab is up, I tell you. The only problem is starting it and let it warm up is a little trickier. So I put 3 jugs of concentrate in, so let's get some of that distilled style water. Gotta be quick. There, good enough. How many more do we need? Well, I can see it. I'll do a gallon of antifreeze now. I think we'll fire it up now, and it's basically at the top. Fire her up and let the water circulate. There's something about this that seems a little sketchy. I don't like starting a truck like this, but I also want to have the cab up so that I can see if I have water leaks and stuff. Here we go. Let's make sure it's not in gear. Oh! Little buddy, what? This is such a great truck, so reliable. Knock on wood, so far it's been reliable and excellent that way. Just love it, love it! The way it fires up. Let it get up to temperature. Well, that's it. Low and slow has new water lines. I tell you, it wasn't a long day, but I'm pooped. I was up till about 12:30 last night. Got up at 5 to catch a plane home to work on a truck. But the cool thing is I won an award. That's right, you'll probably see it before this, but I won a sales award for 2021. So I was at a sales meeting, and anyways, long story short, I'm tired and I'm done. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it very much. Oh, before I forget, and look at this. I gave it a rattle can restoration. A guy's gotta touch it up a little more, but I touched up that, and I touched up that. I gotta mask off those decals, and then hit it with some more Worth black paint. So yeah, just like brand new, just like brand new used. Kind of a hokey deck because it was original for a single axle and then it was made to fit this, but you know what, it works. So then we can go get DK aka Duke Kaboom. So anyways, guys, once again, thanks for watching, much appreciated. Stay tuned, Duke's coming home. Cheers.